Hey generals, such a warmonger here, and you're watching 3 versus 3 Battleground 1250. We're getting into it right away. We've got some light cavalry from myself, such a warmonger, engaging with Red Keep's light cavalry. So this light cavalry, the Turkopoles, do have an edge in this engagement. They have 1 armor compared to my own Zakeli. I don't know how to say it, but they don't have any armor at all. Hence the reason I'm retreating. Anyway, if you're wondering what the heck you're watching, this is Battleground 1250, a battle scenario where 2 teams, the East and the West team, you can see it over here, try their best to bring the enemy team morale down to 0. That's the whole objective of the game, and the way you do that is by winning engagements. So, introducing the players, we've got myself, such a warmonger in blue, playing as the Magyars. I'm trying to kill this Turkopole, but he is retreating. ICazanova, this is his very first game, by the way, in green, playing as the Slavs. And Dominic in cyan, playing as the Magyars as well. On the East team, we've got the Crusaders, starting with Red Keep in orange, playing as the Sicilians. Finska in gray, playing as the Italians. And Red Keep in red, playing as Britons. So, what I will say, and this is something I'm noticing right away, is that Red Keep is a little heavy on the light cavalry front. So he's got 42 population. So the reason why he has light cavalry is because he's Sicilians, and on the Crusader side, the Sicilians have a bonus where their light cavalry is free. Similar to a Nomad Civ, but what's not similar is the fact that their cavalry still take up 2 population space. So actually, these 42 cavalry are taking up 84 population space. So Red Keep is actually a little heavy on the light cavalry front, so you can see he's at 194 pop. But remember that 84 population of that is light cavalry. So let's see if that comes into play. Right now, if we're looking at it from the point of view of Red Keep, he's actually doing some scouting functions for Finska. Because Finska is playing as the Italians, and in this game, the Italians actually do not have access to any cavalry at all. And you need units that have long sight ranges, long line of sight, so that because your units have range beyond their line of sight. So the maximum line of sight in Age of Empires is 20, and nearly all ranged units have the capability to fire outside of the range. That's why every ranged unit in the game has the attack ground capability. So, we've got some skirmishing going on here between TMP with his, are these longbowmen? Yes, longbowmen. And my own archers. They have close to the same stats, except the longbowmen do have armor piercing, well no, armor removing capabilities, but now we've got an engagement. We've got Red Keep's medium infantry. These sergeants are very deadly in terms of killing light units like spearmen. These are spearmen. Although we do have one lonely sergeant over here, surrounded by enemies. And we've got a little bit of a overextension from Kazanova with his own spearmen. He is killing a few light cavalry over here, which is good, but he is losing a lot of spearmen. So you've got, overall, the East team is losing the morale battle. So if you look at this on the top right of your screen, you can see the morale of both sides. So it's a kill-to-death ratio type of game, a seesaw effect, if you will. But now, here's a mistake from Finska. He's sending light units to engage with these Bolshi Boyare. They are heavy units. If you look at their stats in real quick, they are much, much better than these swordsmen. And so, if they're not careful, there will be a massacre here. And that's what's happening. You can see the morale dipping down in this battle. And now, I do have my heavy cavalry on the right flank of the Crusaders, moving through. Now this is deep forest. If we do pass through here, we do get a negative movement speed buff. So you look at this, speed is 2.12. which is much slower than usual. But I am engaging over here. This is a... I'm fighting, and I am charging. And I did kill a bunch of cavalry over here in the north side, which brings the Eastern Crusader team's morale even lower. Alright, but over here, Red Keep is trying to raid our back lines. But we are getting some reinforcements as well. There's a little bit of a sandwich because the spawns are random. So the East team's reinforcements are coming from the West. They are doing a lot of raiding. They're actually killing my supply carts. But at the same time, on the West team's reinforcements are coming from the East. So we are also reinforcing with some heavy cavalry on the East side. We've got some light cavalry killing and gaining some morale back over here on the West. So now their their reinforcement lines are free, and a lot of these reinforcements can come unmolested by light cavalry over here. Unfortunately for the East team, they are sandwiched between our forces and our reinforcements over here on the East. So let's see if that comes into play. ICazanova is moving forward, deciding that now is the time. The sooner we sandwich the Crusader army, the better. And we got a lot of light cavalry trying to take out a lot of these archers, these foot archers. Now you have to keep note that foot archers do have minimum range. You can see that /3, that's 3 minimum range. So they are helpless against melee units, which is why you always want to keep them supported. At the same time, you got Dominic attacking TMP. It looks like his light cavalry are on stand ground position, which is bad. Also, Red Keep is losing a lot of his light cavalry to these spearmen from my own spearmen, but at the same time, there are TMP spearmen are engaging. But now here, I made a charge. I did charge into this big group of cavalry and Genoese crossbowmen, taking out even more. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 irreplaceable Hospitaller Knights have been destroyed from that charge. At the same time, I made a big sandwich over here. I charged up here as well, killing a lot of Red Keep's Knights over here. So you got big groups of cavalry. This is actually a lot. This is a lot to deal with right now. There's a lot of action going on. Finska's reinforcements are over here along with some light cavalry. Unfortunately, these are a lot of light units. There's just a lot of light cavalry and spearmen and archers. These are not heavy gold units. Meanwhile, our own reinforcements from the West team were gold units. They were heavy knights. Both Dominic and I have created heavy knights, so our armies are superior right now. Look at how many heavy knights there are. I don't even know. I wish I could double click. Actually, I can if I do that. So we have this plus this plus this. That is, oh my god, even more. Overall, that's 54 heavy cavalry. Actually, 55, including this guy. And we are utterly destroying the East team's morale and forces. There are a lot of supply wagons which don't count for morale, but these villagers do. Killing villagers counts as morale damage. And over here, we've got a lot of light cav coming in, trying to do their best to do something, but they are just too weak. There's only 5% morale left. At one point, I do believe TMP deleted his longbowmen, which is unfortunate for him. But we've got a little bit of engagement from Finska, not using spread formation, but that's fine. But one more little attack, and this 5% morale is just gonna melt away. They are gaining a little bit of morale though. The West team does have 97%. Unfortunately, Red Keep is very heavy. More than 60 light cavalry over here, which means 120 population of light cavalry. You can look at that. You can see that it's 189 out of 267 population, but it's not, on paper, if you just look at that, it seems powerful, but a lot of that's light cavalry, which cannot deal with heavy cavalry, which cannot deal with spearmen, and that's it. That was ICazanova's first game. He did pretty well. Let's take a look at the stats from this perspective. He had a good kill to death ratio. Actually, we all did. He had like nearly a 2-to-1. I definitely had more than 2-to-1. Dominic also right about at 2-to-1. So the enemy, the East team, was destroyed in that engagement. Now, if we think about it, I do think that the problem was not enough gold units from Red Keep. He was a little fixated on the fact that his light cavalry were free. Also, TMP. Just because you can make light cavalry too, it doesn't mean you should. His light cavalry cost gold for the Britons, so these guys were not free, and he did have a lot of them. Probably should have put more of that into sergeants or heavy cavalry or more longbows. And if you're going to use the longbows, use them well, because they are armor reducing, just like ranged obuks. And a big group of Red Keep's medium infantry wasn't able to catch up to the battle, so the army was shattered before the reinforcements could come in. Meanwhile, our reinforcements were mostly heavy cavalry, which allowed us to merge and pincer the enemy right here. So, anyway, if you enjoyed that, you can join us on our Discord channel in the description below. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.